Theatre Arena, Birmingham, the venue that for a 28th consecutive year is playing host to the YONEX All England Championships. And this is the 112th edition of this tournament, which makes it the oldest and most prestigious international tournament in the sport of badminton. But nowadays, it's a part of the HSBC BWF World Tour. And on the World Tour, all the points from World Tour events count towards the World Tour finals. And this is the magnificent trophy that the players will play for at the end of year finale, the World Tour finals in Guangzhou. Well, today is semi-finals day. We've already had one session this morning. This evening we start with women's singles, and what a match this should be. You don't get any better than this, because it is the reigning Olympic champion Chen of China up against the reigning world champion Akane Yamaguchi. Then it's men's doubles, and He Jiting and Tang Qiang of China, the World Championship silver medalists, are up against the number 2 seeds Mohammad Hassan and Hendra Satyawan, the 2-time former All England champions and 3-time former world champions. Then it's women's doubles and an all unseeded women's doubles semi-final. Zhang Shuxian and Cheng Wu of China up against a pair who were promoted from the reserve list, Jolly and Fulela. And then it's mixed doubles, and this should be terrific. It's a repeat of the Olympic final. Wang Yilu and Wang Dongping, the Olympic champions, in their first All England semi-final. They're up against Zheng Xiwei and Wang Yaxiong, the 2019 winners, looking to reach their third All England final as a pair. Then we finish with men's singles, and it's a repeat of the 2020 final. Victor Axelsen, the Olympic champion and winner here 2 years ago, looking to reach his 4th consecutive All England final. He's up against Chen of Chinese Taipei. Well, I'm eagerly looking forward to the first match. Let's get the players onto court and join our Master of Ceremonies, Howard Bentham.
Let's welcome the players into the arena. First up, the number 3 seed from China, Chen Yufei. And give it up for her opponent, the number 2 seed from Japan, Akane Yamaguchi!
So as the players make their way onto centre stage, we can quickly look at the draw, and we can see by quarter-final stage we only had 6 seeds. We only started with 7 at semi-final stage. The top 4 seeds, and that's only the 4th time it's happened at the All England since 1990 in 32 years. Un Se Young has already put out the 3-time former champion Tai Su Ying in the top half of the draw. But who will join the Korean in tomorrow's final? Well, these two players certainly know each other's games, because I can tell you, as they wait for the toss of the coin, that this will be a 21st meeting between these two players. And as you can see, Akane Yamaguchi has won 12 of the previous 20, including the last 2. The last time was in the Uber Cup final, when she won 21-18, 21-10 in 46 minutes. So the toss of the coin, and the players change ends before the warm-up period. And Chen Yufei, who won that Olympic gold medal, beating Tai Su Ying in a thrilling final in Tokyo. An hour and 21 minutes for 21-18 in the deciding game. It really was a sensational match. She turned 24 earlier this month, born in Hangzhou, the capital of Xinjiang province. And of course, Hangzhou is the host city for this year's Asian Games. Has been as high as #1 in the world 13 consecutive weeks from the end of 2019, but currently #3, and that's in large part because she only played 2 tournaments last year. In fact, I've got that wrong. She only played 1 tournament. She played the Olympic Games. She has only played 1 match so far against 2 teammates. They both withdrew, giving her a walkover. So Julie Devol Jacobsen, 28 minutes for that. 28 minutes is the entirety of time she has been on court. Her opponent, the #2 seed, Akane Yamaguchi, is also 24 years of age, making her 9th consecutive appearance at the All England Championships and appearing in her 4th semi-final. Now, considering she's only 24 years of age, it means that she started playing here when she was only 16, back in 2014, when she lost in the qualifying. She was born in Fukui and has, like her opponent, been world #1, but currently #2. 10 weeks in total as world #1. And for Akane Yamaguchi, well, in the first round, she had to play against a player promoted from the reserve list, Kristin Kuba from Estonia. Second round, she beat the 2015 beaten finalist, Saina Nehwal, in 3 games. And in the quarterfinal, beat the left-handed Sayaka Takahashi very convincingly indeed. So both these players in a 4th semi-final at the All England. David Evans is our umpire for this one, and Upade Shali is our service judge from India. Well, you couldn't ask for more, could you? The Olympic champion against the world champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Chen Yufei, China. And on my left, Akane Yamaguchi, Japan. Akane Yamaguchi to serve. Level. Play.
So Akane Yamaguchi, the world champion nearest to us, up against the Olympic champion. 3 All England finals between these 2 players. Olympic champion against the world champion. Nice drop shot from Chen Yufei. Well, I'm Jill Clark, delighted to say that former Danish head coach Steen Pedersen is sitting alongside me. And Steen, the first thing I need to ask you is about the fact that Chen Yufei has only played 1 match, only been on court for 28 minutes. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Obviously, she's going to be fresh, but she hasn't had long on the match courts here in Birmingham this year.
Exactly, she hasn't really gotten used to the conditions, but as always, if she wins, it's an advantage. If she loses, it was a disadvantage.
2-love.
So you're not going to go one way or the other then, Steen?
No, I think actually it's an advantage because I'm not sure she would have gotten past either Zhang Yiman or He Bingjiao had she played them, because she lost to one of them in Germany. That was He Bingjiao in the final, and she was about to lose to Zhang Yiman in the semi-final when Zhang Yiman got injured, threw herself at a drop shot from Chen Yufei at 8-2 in the decider. 8-2 up was Zhang Yiman, and she was dominating. So I think both the 2 other Chinese players are actually were stronger before they got injured.
Well, it does beg the question as to why Zhang Yiman didn't withdraw so another player could play if she got injured last week. It's different if you get injured this week.
Service over.
Yeah, it is.
We don't know the answer to that.
Maybe they hoped, maybe
one.
she was just about to get ready. I'm not sure if she's entered into Swiss Open. I will investigate, and then
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting to see if she plays that one. But of course, want to give yourself a chance to get ready if it's a close decision.
Oh, that's a lovely shot. What a steep, sharp angle from Chen Yufei.
And just to follow up on that, I have a story from the Olympics back in 1996 in Atlanta, where Morten Frost, our colleague and new performance director in England here from April, he was then the Danish performance director and national coach.
Akane Yamaguchi
And he was on his way to...
called out.
Oh, that's a challenge here.
Yeah.
He was on his way to the tournament management to withdraw one of the Danish players, Anna Søndergaard, because she was ill.
So the line judge got that right.
Unsuccessful.
And on the way to
One
the
challenge
tournament
remaining.
office, he met the Bulgarian coach who had just
5-1.
withdrawn Anna Søndergaard's opponent. So she got to play at the Olympics after all, even though she was ill the first day.
Yeah. Well, there you go. It can happen. Playing with great pace at the moment is Chen Yufei. That's brilliant defence. Lovely defence from Akane Yamaguchi.
Service over. 2-5.
Yeah, guess the direction of the smash did the Japanese world champion. It's going wide.
3-5.
How do you think this is going to go tactically, Steen? I mean, I think of both of these players as terrific movers, but I I Chen Yufei has started in very positive fashion. She's been commanding the rallies so far.
Yeah, she has. Normally, I mean, this is not the best matchup normally for Chen Yufei because Akane Yamaguchi is such a strong retriever. Chen Yufei likes to play the spoiler role for her opponent, so she basically would like her opponent to attack a little bit more and sort of catch them off guard and play a little bit of counter badminton. That's not the style of Yamaguchi, and she's really fast on her feet. And the only weakness that Chen Yufei has, in my opinion, is that she's not a very strong attacker, so she needs a good chance, and that can be difficult for her to play herself in position to attack against Akane Yamaguchi.
Oh, that's gone long.
But I'm interested to see how good shape Yamaguchi is in, because she lost to Heping Zhao in Germany, which she normally doesn't. She has a very good record against Heping Zhao, but she lost quite easily, and she lost a game to Saina Nehwal here earlier on, and the match yesterday against Sayaka Takahashi, it was a little bit pedestrian at times there, so I'm curious to see what kind of shape she's in.
Well, she did have a very, very hectic time last autumn, didn't she? Because she led Japan's challenge as the top women's singles player in both the Sudirman Cup and the Yuba Cup, and then promptly won 2 tournaments back-to-back, the Denmark Open and French Open. Then went to Indonesia, reached the final of the Indonesian Masters, and then rounded off the year particularly well by winning the world title. So she had an awful lot of badminton last autumn. Oh, that's landed in. I don't know whether you were watching earlier, Steen, as to
7-6.
the drift, because yesterday's quarterfinals, it was different to earlier in the tournament.
And I think it's a little bit different again today. I don't think there's as much drift as there was yesterday.
Great rally.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah. The key, Chen and Fei taking it early on the forehand net.
Service over. 7
Yeah, that one.
all.
And she stood her ground, didn't she? Had that comeback over. Chen Fei was ready and waiting.
She reached the final last week, played Hoping Zhao and lost, but I had a feeling that she was about to
7.
to play herself into form, and that's why I think that a couple of matches, perhaps not against Zhang Yiman and Hoping Zhao, but a couple of other matches would have done her well here before the semi-final in All England. And just to finish that discussion, all the Chinese women's singles are entered into Swiss Open next week.
7.
So it's going to be interesting to see if either Zhang Yiman or Hoping Zhao has had time to recover.
Well, you mentioned the fact that Chen Fei was in the final of the German Open last week. So here's a fun fact for you, Steen. That was her 4th Super 300 tournament final and playing in only her 4th Super 300 tournament. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
10-7.
It's a common tournament to be used as a warm-up for the All England by the players.
Brilliant.
Well played by Yamaguchi.
Is
11-7 interval.
Of the last 12 points to
He's
Akane
wiped the
Yamaguchi. She was 1-5 down. And now, at the mid-game interval, 11-7 up. Japanese women's singles coach.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds. Eleven, 7. Play.
Yeah. Well, this is incredible little run here from Akane Yamaguchi.
12-7.
And so far, Chen Fei has started out pretty much as in Germany, lacking a little bit in terms of speed of movement.
Oh, I thought the first 5 rallies she was tremendous.
Yes, she was, but since then.
That's a lovely drop. That's just long.
Yeah.
Service over. 8-12.
That's well left. I think already we're seeing exactly what you were talking about, Steen, with Chen Fei getting a little bit frustrated that Akane Yamaguchi gets so much back. And she doesn't just get it back, she gets it back with interest.
And she's got really good technical skills, Yamaguchi. Everything has a little deception on it. It's not easy to
14,
to see in the here. It's a bit easier. It's very hard to read her shots when she, and especially when she gets time. Normally she doesn't have time because the opponents put her on pressure, under pressure. But that's not Chen Yufei's strong point. Her preferred playing style is more counter-attacking, and I must say she's moving a little bit worse than I expected. Chen Yufei.
8.
But good placement.
I agree with you, but that is a super shot from Akane Yamaguchi.
It is, and that's what happens when she gets too much time. She plays good shots.
Yeah.
She plays good shots even when she's under
Extreme
a lot of pressure because she's used to that.
Yeah, because she's not the tallest of athletes, is she? 156, just under 5'2". I can see somebody behind the court with a flashlight on. That must be terribly difficult for the players. Akane Yamaguchi did incredibly well there to keep her concentration.
8.
15 of 18 points. Oh, that's a beauty. That's lovely.
Service over. 9-16.
Another one goes long of that back line.
10.
I wonder if Chen Yufei's shot was a bit too short.
Stay on the court.
And that's what tricked Yamaguchi. And of course, this match is still young, and a lot might happen, and Chen Yufei might progress to the final and win the tournament. But to me, it's obvious that she's not peaking in form. Oh, that's a challenge.
Yeah, second challenge. But if Akane Yamaguchi is wrong on this, she's got no challenges left. That looks very close indeed. Here we go. What does the instant review say? Caught the line.
Yeah.
Good challenge.
Collection in. Service over. 17.
Just
10.
like it's for some of the Indonesian
Play.
players, there's a lot of big events ahead for these two. The Uber Cup in May, and as you mentioned, the Asian Games in Chen Yufei's home city. She would also like to
that's gone wide.
get a world title to support the Olympic title, Chen Yufei.
Yeah,
18.
she has 2 World Championship bronze medals, but you're right. The coveted gold is what they all want, understandably. Yeah.
Service over. 11-18.
We're left 2 points away from
Service
the opening
over.
game for the number 2 seed,
19,
Akane
11.
Yamaguchi. Yeah, it's long by some considerable margin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant defence. Another one goes long, and that error means that Akane Yamaguchi,
20.
the 2018 beaten
11.
finalist, has a whole host of game point opportunities here in the opening game. and converts on her first, having been 1-5 down at the start of this match. Akane Yamaguchi comes back extremely strongly to win the opening game, 21-11 in a little over 16 minutes.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds. Second game. Level. Play.
So the world champion Akane Yamaguchi, one game to the good against the Olympic champion Chen Fei. Lot of lifts and pushes to the forehand deep corner of Akane Yamaguchi.
One love.
So Steen, if your analysis of that opening game, that Chen Fei is not moving as well as she did when she won her Olympic gold medal.
What do you mean by if?
If
Yeah.
she's not moving well,
Yes.
tactically what she got to do, because it isn't going to suddenly come back, I don't think.
No.
You've got to play a different game.
Yeah, she's got to play a little bit more adventurous, I think. Try and take chances at let's call out.
Service over.
It could have been worth a challenge.
I think so too.
All.
Think so. No,
It was
no.
out. Good call, line judge.
So she's got to play a little bit sharper. Look for the possibility to attack, but that's also difficult because it's not like she's sort of. Wait,
There's a challenge
no,
there.
challenge is there.
Yamaguchi challenges. Called out.
It's not like she's got loads of build-up shots that are extremely surprising to Yamaguchi. I think Yamaguchi pretty much knows what's coming. That's a good challenge.
That's a very good challenge.
I was a little bit concerned from Japanese point of view.
Service over.
But she's got to go a little bit sharper for the drop shots.
So this is all the actual shots, because her movement is not sharp. You're talking, when you talk about being sharper.
Yeah, that's the shots.
Those
because
are the shots.
If you
yes.
don't have it in the legs, you got to have it in the racket, and the opposite way around.
Chen Fei
Now there's a challenge
challenges.
from Chen
Called
Fei.
out.
Now I saw that as out, but we are a long, long way away. Yeah, indeed it was out.
Challenge
So, only one
unsuccessful.
challenge left now in this second
One
game for
challenge
Chen
remaining.
Fei.
3-1. Play.
Then I think she's playing with the drift now, even though we saw her make a couple of mistakes on the left-hand side when she was playing the far side of the court. Chen Yufei, a couple of long shots here on the near base back line.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Now that's exactly what you're talking about. That's a sharper shot. It's more accurate. It was played with a little bit of pace. It wasn't a loopy drop. That's nice.
So if there is a little bit of drift coming from Chen Yufei towards Akane Yamaguchi, she also gets a little bit extra help in her smashes, eventual smashes, if she's going to smash. We haven't seen a whole lot of them. This one is...
That's amazing guessing from Akane Yamaguchi on the defensive shot.
4-2.
Look, she stays. Yeah, she literally moves, wanting the straight smash.
Yeah, and probably a good guess, because a lot of players tend to have a percentage like 65% straight smashes or better. I mean, 65, perhaps 70, perhaps 75% straight smashes from the forehand side, because otherwise they open up their backhand. I mean, that's if it's right-handed players that we're talking about. If she's going cross or to the middle and Yamaguchi gets it, then it's a defensive shot from the backhand afterwards.
That was going out, wasn't it, Steen?
Yeah, but she needs to go for those lines, and she's pushing her clears a little bit more. Not the last one. Wait, short.
That's brilliant. Well, if you thought that Akane Yamaguchi wasn't looking sharp earlier on in the tournament, I think she's played herself into form.
I think she has.
That was sensational. Way long.
7-2.
From what I recall, Chen Yufei played much better in the final in Germany against Hebing Zhao. But one of the things here is that if you're not playing, then you got to keep yourself going by practicing, and practice possibilities here in the national in the utility arena is not so good.
No, it's in the basement.
It's in the basement, and it's concrete.
Yeah, that's a woeful misjudgment there from Chen Yufei. That's not even close in badminton terms. Yeah, somebody's got that flashlight on again behind the court. No, it's gone. Oh, my word. What a smash from Yamaguchi.
9-2.
Well, she's giving a masterclass at the moment. Here's the world champion. Brilliant.
Good job.
Service over.
Oh my goodness, she needed that, did Chen Yufei.
3-9.
That had been 6 straight points to Yamaguchi. Missed it.
4-9. Play.
That's good speed. Oh, but she's left it. And it's landed clearly in.
Service over. 10-4.
That's a nice drop. Brilliant. Utterly brilliant.
11-4.
From the world champion, Akane Yamaguchi. 11-4, the advantage here in the second game, having already won the first. Well, this, quite frankly, is a bit of a demonstration at the moment. And I think, in all honesty, Steen, that Chen Yufei has been trying to do what you were suggesting. I mean, not that she can hear you, but I think she was trying to play sharper shots.
I think so too. I mean, she doesn't think it's fun being on court at the moment. She normally is in the opposite role, so that's not fun at all. But we've also seen in this tournament here that there's been big differences between players that we normally think are reasonably equal. We saw Victor Axelsen defeat Anthony Ginting quite big yesterday, and there's just some players that haven't really found form yet, and then some that are
11-4.
as good as we normally see them.
Yeah. Well, everything that's thrown at Yamaguchi at the moment, she has an answer for. Well, she was going to leave it, then decided to play it. And by then, the only option was a drop shot, and her opponent was ready and waiting. Yeah, there's the hesitation.
Service over.
I think she almost knew it before she hit it. Chen Yufei was that, yeah, that's what I thought.
12-5.
It's as if there's scoreboard pressure that's making her sort of feel that shots have got to be an outright winner, or she's got to make it more accurate. Of course she needs to play sharper, but she's not giving herself any margin for error at the moment. Oh my goodness, that's a wild one.
And if this continues, then we're going to have two finalists in women's singles that were both beaten thoroughly by He Bingjiao last week. So what a pity for the left-hander that she couldn't play against Chen Yufei.
Oh, that's so quick. That is so quick. That backhand cross court, I think she even played that with perhaps a bit of topspin. Have a look at this. Yeah,
14,
she did.
5.
That is sensational. Watch this backhand. Yeah. Just brushed over the shuttle.
She's having fun at the moment.
She certainly is. 9-point advantage.
Fault. Service over. 6-14.
Landed in. Chen Yufei thought that was going to go long. She
Service
deliberately
over.
left that.
15-6.
Well, I think Chen Yufei has got an awful lot of work to do on the training courts, the practice courts, until she returns to the sort of form that took her to the Olympic gold. That's a great punch clear. Oh, it's just wide. Oh, it is called in.
Chen Yufei
I don't think that's a good call.
Called in.
I side with Chen Yufei on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, clearly wide.
Correction.
Good challenge.
Out. Service over. 7-16. Play.
Worst defeat ever for Chen Yufei against Akane Yamaguchi so far is the first time they played in senior, where she scored 25 points in all. 21-10, 21-15. She's below that score at the moment.
Oh. No, it didn't go over.
8.
Stayed
16.
her side.
Fault.
Total
Service
control
over.
from the front of the court in that rally from Yamaguchi.
17-8.
Oh, that's a lovely shot.
Service over.
Just inside the sideline,
9.
cross-court angle.
17.
I wonder how many of Chen Yufei's points are scored on a shot like that across from her forehand. I think it's a very, very big part of it. And there's some mistakes from Yamaguchi, but it's basically her only scoring shot against the Japanese, I think.
Just long.
10-17. Yes.
Believe it. Well, she had no right to get back those Previous 2 shots, Yamaguchi.
11-17.
Extraordinary.
Akane.
It's not just the dive, it's how quickly she gets back up again.
Thank you. Okay. Quick towel. Thank you.
Wonderful. Oh, it's just wide.
Akane Yamaguchi challenges.
It's all just
Called
wide.
Out.
It was a super idea. And who knows, it might be in yet.
Yeah, both players had their hand up.
Yeah,
it was
clearly in. I thought it was in.
Correction in.
Oh, what a great challenge. 2 challenges in this second game.
Service over.
She was being correct both times.
18-11. Play.
Oh, that's wild. Well, she's on
19,
22 points at 11. The moment. 25 points was her worst ever defeat against Akane Yamaguchi, as Steen was pointing out earlier.
Good shot.
Service over. 12-19.
Brilliant.
13-19.
Yeah, Lo Yigang has got an awful lot to think about as well, the Chinese women's singles coach. Of magic
Service
from
over.
Akane Yamaguchi.
20. Match point.
Desperation.
13.
Oh, that's fabulous. Match point opportunities for the world champion.
That was a smash from 10 centimeters over the floor.
And she's done it. 21-11, 21-13. And for Chen Yufei, it's her worst ever performance against Akane Yamaguchi with regard to the number of points won.
21-11, 21-13.
Well, you have to hand it to the world champion. After a shaky start when she was 1-5 down, from that moment on, she took the game to her opponents. And quite frankly, she made the Olympic champion look a little ordinary today. Well, this the final rally. The block from Chen Yufei finds the nets. Yeah. Never one for big celebrations, Akane Yamaguchi. But I'm pretty certain she'll be very happy with that. 21-11, 21-13. And she will play against Unsi Young in the women's singles final tomorrow. So what a tremendous performance by the world champion Akane Yamaguchi, beating the Olympic champion in 2 straight games. Up next we have men's doubles, and it's the World Championship silver medalists He Jiting and Tang Qiang of China up against the number 2